guys, it's the Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Roommates RAKESH'S Route. So, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and at the end of the video, if you liked it, please hit that like button. It would mean the world to me if you did, and it also lets me know that you want to see more. So, let's get into this. Wow, I can't believe it's already Halloween! I've been so busy with classes, I've barely had time to even think about Halloween. Isabella told me about this party 2 weeks ago, but I hadn't even thought about it until a couple of days ago. Hey, Anne, are you ready yet? Come on, we've got to get there by 8. I can't do it. What? Come on, Anne, what's the problem? I just don't know if I can. How can I? What happened? Oh, excuse me. I didn't get to the costume store until last night. This is all they had left. I can't wear this. Isabella looks at the costume hanging on a hook from my closet and just laughs. Oh, honey, you have to wear that. I mean, you have to. No way. You can't ask me to do that. Come on now. How are you going to break out of that shell if you never put yourself out there? Trust me, you want an icebreaker. That costume will break the ice and their brains. They see you in that, they'll be putty in your hands. I can't. Look, I don't have time to argue with you, hun. You should do it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna call Chad and let him know I'm on my way. I'm out in 5 minutes, so don't be late, okay? Isabella leaves, dialing her cell phone. I can't believe I waited until the last minute to pick out an outfit. I don't know if I can stand being seen like this. And Isabella's teasing me already, saying I'll have people being putty in my hands? Sheesh. I guess I might look okay in it. I just don't know. Well, yeah, we're gonna play the frickin' event, come on. No. I'm sick of always being the shrinking violet. It's Halloween, the one night of the year you can be someone you're not, and I'm not going to miss this opportunity. Nobody's forcing me to go out. Going out of my own will is a good step. Of course I say that, but I still get dressed as quickly as possible before I have time to chicken out. A few rushed moments later, and I'm standing in front of the house with Isabella. Hey. Ooh, that looks exactly as good as I imagined it would. You definitely do that costume justice, girl. Stop! Yours looks way better than mine. I got mine at the last minute. Oh no, hun. Trust me. Tonight, we won't be letting anything stop us. Between the two of us, I'll be surprised if they don't knock the house down trying to get with us. Oh, good? Very good. Now, if only the others would show up, we could get going. As cold I am here. Oh, you dog, you? No, wolf, Isabella. I am a wolf. It's a saying, Rakesh. Your fur is so luxurious, Rakesh. Where did you get that outfit? I don't think I should say. People look down on scavenging, yes? Yeah, you probably shouldn't tell us. What about Max? This is his kind of thing, right? Wow, I can't believe you're still in denial, Anne. That is very strange of you, Anne. Very disrespectful. What? What are you talking about? I mean, I know Max only just died Friday in that accident downtown, but you should still know better. What? He didn't, I thought I saw him. I mean, he's still alive. Look, we're all devastated, Anne. That's no excuse for being rude. I'm trying to take you to a party for some fun. We need to get our minds off this tragedy. This is crazy! Max can't be dead. I just saw him on Thursday. I can see this won't be resolved until I help you move past this. Fine. As an undead creature of the night, I know a few things about the dead. Wait, you're a what? Hush now, Anne. Thank you, Rakesh. You slaughtered the goat earlier, right?
Of course.
You what? Karakash, whatever, I don't know. It is done. I hope you're happy with yourself, Anne. Happy with what? How can Max be dead? Well, I suppose he's not technically as dead anymore. What? Isn't that right, Max? Suddenly, I feel arms around my waist. Brains! Ah! Ah! And stop! Ah! Ah! Everyone is laughing at me as I punch Max in the stomach and stomp on his foot. Stop! Stop! It's fine. I know it's fine. You guys are terrible. I can't believe you. Is anyone else dead too? I'll put them back in the grave, or in the grave they came from. Bring it on! So worth it. This is it. Dominic's hanging back to hand out candy if anyone comes by. Sally's gone to hand out pamphlets on where to compost your pumpkins. Girl knows how to party. Then let's get going. I can't believe they tried to play a trick like that on me. They were really starting to freak me out. I guess it's all in good fun. Together we make our way down to the party site, another house on campus. 10 minutes later, just in time, we're staring at an incredibly well-decorated house. Whoever did the decorating really went all out. The whole place is covered in cobwebs. I can even see some cutouts that look like ghosts in some of the windows. A welcome to you, our most esteemed guests of honor. I presume you are the inspectors we sent for? Huh? You may call me Butler. We rang the constables to solve the ghastly murder in our quaint dormitory. I thought you were they. No? Well, please come in. I look at the other roomies, who all appear to be just as confused as I am. I don't know why he's talking that way, but he enters through the front door and gestures for us to enter as well. I heard it was a themed party. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Wow, I've heard of murder mystery parties. This could be a lot of fun. This way, please. Don't mind the corpse. Mind the... Before Rakesh can finish, we've all entered and are staring at the bloody corpse in the middle of the hall. There are about 10 other people here with us. Some of the others are talking amongst themselves about the body. It's actually really well done. It looks very believable. Poor Mr. Body. He owns the building. Well, owned. He donated a rather large sum to the college, apparently on behalf of a student he had a particular fondness for. Actually, it's rather odd, but he had been filling out these cards when he sent me out. They have your names on them. Butler hands everyone in the room a card with their name on it. So that's why we had to RSVP for this thing. I open my card and inside it says, "You are Mr. Body's #1 salesperson. You are innocent, but the murderer is out there. At 7 o'clock, you were refueling your car." Hey, what did you guys get? The others open theirs and peer at them for a moment. Please do not discuss the contents of your letter until the constables arrive. We wouldn't want anyone to tamper with the evidence. While we wait, please avail yourself of the amenities. There is a kitchen down the hall, the study is that way, and the sitting room is through that door. I expect there may be clues about... I'm sure you'll discover something along the way. So what's going on? Looks like you're on the case, hot stuff. Time to figure out who murdered this poor sap. The game is afoot, as it were. It's elementary, my dear Rakesh. Oh, this'll be so much fun. Well, I think I know what I'd like to investigate. Down, dead boy. It appears we must solve this dreadful crime. Who doesn't love a good mystery? You're way too into this, hon. This might be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go see what I can find in the study. Butler, is there food in the kitchen? Indubitably. I shall take that as a yes and go to feed myself. I think I'm gonna get off my feet in the sitting room. You're terrible, Max. I'm gonna search this room for clues. Come find me in the kitchen. I will make something for the both of us. Yes, I'll be along to confer with you all later. While we were making our plans, so was everyone else. Soon enough, the crowd disperses. Only the butler is left. So, Butler, any rules I should know? Well, I shouldn't be breaking character, but everything you need to know is in this building, and I could tell you that I didn't do it. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, I'll be in character too. What exactly happened, Butler? I'm afraid I don't know much. Feel free to look over the body for clues. I'll answer your questions as you like. Perfect. I'll begin my investigations immediately. No evildoer will escape my trap. The only question now is, where to start? Clearly there are 4 rooms to visit. If I include the main hall here, there are probably clues in each of them, not to mention my friends. I guess I'll have to figure out which one to visit first. Let's go to the kitchen. I think it's time to visit the kitchen. Maybe I could catch up with Rakesh. I wander down the hall into what looks like a little break room. There's a refrigerator and a microwave in there. There's even one of those little electric grills plugged in. I see Rakesh applying peanut butter to some bread slices at the counter next to the refrigerator. Digging around inside the fridge, I see a girl I don't know. Let me know when you find the jelly, Roxanne. Yes, I'm looking. I don't know if they have any. How did you talk me into doing this anyways? Because I make an excellent sandwich. Hey, Rakesh. Anne, welcome. I want to get more bread. What is the kitchen without snacks, Who's your new friend? This is Roxanne. Apparently, she was staying here in the building to sort out some of her affairs. Oh? And what affairs would those be, Miss Roxanne? That unfortunate murder case in the Great Hall is my father. He called me here under some pretense of having something to tell me. It was apparently going to be something about his new lover. Honestly, if he weren't paying my way through college, I wouldn't have listened to anything that old bag had to say. He was quite well-to-do. And how did you fit into his plans, if you don't mind me asking, miss? Hopefully I didn't fit into them at all. He was a terrible person, a womanizer, a philanderer. You still took his money to attend school, however. Have you seen the interest rates on student loans? Sure, I did what I had to, but I hated that man. I hated him to his bones. I won't deny it. I've got nothing to hide. Roxanne slams a jar of jelly on the counter next to Rakesh and storms out of the room. Rakesh finishes making the sandwiches and hands me one. Well, Rakesh, what's your story? Did you know the man in there? Yes, well, as to my story. I'm not sure if you ever saw me around the office. I was Mr. Body's bodyguard. He did not feel it I was necessary when he was at his own office. Still, I saw you a time or two. He was your boss as well, eh? Did you two get along all right? Oh yes, he was a very strict boss. You didn't like him? Oh, that's not true at all. Well, maybe a little true. I was not fond of him, but one does not need to be fond of one's employer to remain employed. Is that correct? I suppose that's true, but surely you could have found somewhere else to work. Mr. Body was very persuasive. You don't sound like a loyal employee. Perish the thought. At any rate, I did not have anything to do with the terrible crime out there tonight. That is for certain. So where were you around 7 o'clock tonight?
What time was that? An hour before we got here? I was just finishing up with an art class. I was doing a bit of life modeling.
I didn't know you did that.
Well, art is a bit of a side passion of mine. We both chuckle at that. Mr. Body said that he wouldn't need me tonight, so I took the opportunity.
Okay, well, thank you, Rakesh. Make sure to find me if you think of anything else.
Most definitely. Thank you, Anne. I think there was definitely more to Rakesh's relationship with Mr. Body than he's saying, but I'll have to figure it out as I go.
Well, that was certainly a good place to start. Question is, where next?
Let's go to the main hall, I guess. Time to investigate the main hall. After all, there is a body here to look into. I look around the room just to get my bearings. There are some stairs going up here, though that seems to be out of bounds for the game. The main entrance is here too. The butler appears to have gone back outside to wait for the police. The body lies before me. Whoever did it, did a great job. It almost looks like a real person who's had the back of their skull caved in. The body is wearing a very nice three-piece suit that's been treated very roughly. Whoever got to him must have had a fight on their hands. There are holes and tears all over. The man was also clearly quite well-to-do. A gold watch peeks out from under one of his sleeves. I almost don't want to touch the body, the effects are so real.
If you need to search for clues here, ma'am, feel free. Thank you, butler. Although it looks like I'm still in the kitchen.
Well, I guess that's as much of a push as I'm going to get. I take a look at the watch on his wrist. It's definitely seen better times. The strap is nearly broken off, and the face is definitely broken. A little blood has gotten onto it, on the strap and on the knob on the side. The watch hands have stopped moving, stuck pointing at 7 o'clock. I decide to go through the pockets of his jacket as well. After a few moments of rifling around, my hands grasp something. It looks like a key. It's very small, with one of those round bodies like they use on vending machines. So it's probably for a lockbox or a safe or something. This guy doesn't seem like the type to need to get into a vending machine very often. There doesn't appear to be anything else of note on this body.
Well, butler, I think it's time you told me what you know. Exactly what happened here.
Very well. Here is the sordid tale. I was here when the master returned from work at 6 in the evening. He was certainly planning on throwing a costume party tonight. All of the invitations to you were sent off ages ago. At 6:55, the master noticed that we were dreadfully short of port for the evening. He immediately sent me to acquire more for the night. Obviously, I don't really know what happened while I was gone. I arrived back from the shops at 7:30. I entered to find the hideous scene you see before you. I called the police, of course, but then you all began arriving, and, well, you know where we got from there.
Did you hear any strange noises when you were leaving? Any sign of struggle? If we assume his watch broke at the time of assault, it wasn't long after you left.
No, I don't recall hearing anything unusual as I left. It was actually very quiet.
And there was nobody here when you got back?
No, I checked all the rooms and nobody was about.
Are there any other entrances or exits?
There is a back entrance, but it was still locked when I checked it.
All right, well, thank you, butler.
Of course, ma'am.
I think that's all I'm going to get out of this place for now.
As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Oh yeah, I totally heard his bodyguard wanted out of his job, but couldn't get out from under Body's thumb. There's definitely some dirt involved here. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question is, where to go next?
Let's check
the sitting room. Looks just like our common room, but with a nicer TV. It even looks like someone brought in a small bar. Upon closer inspection, it looks like it's got all kinds of juices but no alcohol. Which makes sense. This is school property after all. I make myself a quick glass of juice and scan the people here. Max is sitting on one of the recliners next to the TV watching some kind of sports highlight coverage. A few other people are sitting in various other parts of the room, but they all seem to be nattering about nothing. Come to think of it, I haven't really seen all those other people much. Most of them must have come in here to discuss things. Looks like a bunch of them have juice glasses. Hello, Max. Hiding out in here, huh? Well, maybe a little. I have my reasons. Well, speaking of reasons, maybe we should talk about your story here. I'm so all over this case, Max, and I'm going to solve it. So, out with it. All right, all right. It's not like I have anything to hide, cutie. Don't you cutie me. You're not going to distract me. Yeah. Look, Mr. Body has 2 daughters. His oldest daughter, Hillary, married me. Shotgun wedding? What? No! Oh, please. Like you're the marrying type, Max. Hey, I could be. What if I found the right girl? Or 3? Exactly. Anyway, according to my card, I married her, so shut up. Stay in character, Max. You were doing really well. You're really enjoying yourself, aren't you? You get into this slew of stuff. Wait, you get into this slew of stuff, don't you? Oh yeah, I used to love all of those pulp detective novels. Back to you. Why'd you do it? Was it the money? Hey, the money was just a nice perk. I don't think that makes me a bad person. I take it Mr. Body was against it. He wasn't exactly thrilled, but he didn't object. His daughter is a grown woman, or she can make her own decisions. So you didn't get along with Mr. Body? Maybe not at first, but he gave me a job at his company, and we've been fine ever since. I'm not his favorite person or anything, but we're not sniping at each other either. So where were you at 7? Hillary asked me to make nice, so I don't leave the office until then every night. You can check with anyone in the office, they'll tell you. So, how are Hillary's finances these days? She's doing fine. Max looks away from me for a moment, watching the television screen. Okay, one last thing, Max. Can you take a look at this for me? I hand him the small key. He turns it over a few times and hands it back to me. It's one of his safe keys. Probably one of the ones in the office. He keeps all the really important stuff in there. You know, the dirty stuff. Dirty stuff? Hey, he was a big businessman. You didn't think it was all sunshine and rainbows, did you, doll? Nice. Do you know who he might have had dirt on? I don't know. His bodyguard might know more. He was pretty deep in. All right, I suppose that's enough for now. Thanks for your cooperation, Max. No problem, Slew. Good luck on the case. It's a tricky one. He winks at me as I leave the room. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. I hear Body's daughter married some worthless mooch who's bled her wallet dry. Once a mooch gets started, it's usually pretty hard to let go. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is, where to go next? The only place I haven't gone is the study. Time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Someone even put a few pipes on the coffee table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used, since I'm pretty sure this is a no-smoking building. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not, actually. Hey, Isabella! Oh, there you are, hon. Finally came to see what I was up to? I've been looking forward to seeing you. So, have you discovered any clues? I may know some things that you don't. The real question here is, how are you going to get me to tell them to you? Oh, I have ways of making you talk, Isabella. It's actually pretty fun playing the investigator. I always loved the femme fatale types in the old crime or novellas I'd read. Isabella, for her part, leans far back in her chair, crosses her legs, and steepling her fingers as she looks me over. Oh, do tell. I'm all ears. Well, I guess I could, interrogate you? Oh, does a little girl want to use a little force to get what she wants? I do like a woman who knows what she wants. Isabella's teasing me again, but it does work well for a character like hers. I can't buckle now. That's right, Isabella. I do know what I want. I walk over to her chair, putting my hands on the armrests and leaning my face in close to hers. And what I want is for you to tell me what you know. Everything you know. Isabella smiles, a sort of languid smile as she looks into my eyes. Well, since you asked, so nice. So what's your story here, Isabella? Well, you know Mr. Body was my boss. We worked together for God's sake. I've been his secretary for 3 years now. Did you have any problems with your boss? Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word. And was there anything else going on between you two? I'm sorry. What? What, do you mean? Well, come on, Isabella. It's the oldest story in the book, right? Beautiful secretary and the older, lecherous boss? So you do think I'm beautiful, eh? That's progress. I try not to blush. She's trying to throw me off the scent, which is proof that something is going on. I decide to try a different tactic. Of course I do, Isabella. You're damn pretty. How long did it take for you to have him wrapped around your little finger? Oh, not long at all. Wait. Fine, yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun. Ha! I knew it. And did his wife know about this harmless fun? Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she? I figured. So, where were you around 7 o'clock? Don't remind me. That was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come? Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe. They'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me he had to go bail someone out of jail. He left at 7, and I went home to prepare to come here with you. How far away is the cafe from here? I don't know, about 15 minutes. Okay, one more question. Take a look at this for me. I hand the key over to Isabella, who turns it over in her hands a few times before handing it back. It looks like the key to one of his safes. I'm surprised there was only the one. He must have had 3 dozen of these. I don't know which safe it goes to, though. He generally didn't let me at his safes. Well, thank you for your time, Isabella. No problem, detective. Hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice. Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. Well, there was clearly an affair happening between her and Body, but that's not necessarily evidence that she did it. I'll have to investigate further. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Oh yeah, it was a real big blowout fight. I couldn't even get service at 7 in a cafe. It was awful. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Honestly, I don't think there is anything else that I could do, and plus, the murderer is always, randomized anyways. So let's just go make our accusations. Butler, gather the people. I think it's time we close this case. Very well, madam. The butler runs around, gathering up the other suspects in this little mystery. Tonight, someone in this room committed a heinous crime. Someone who thinks they've gotten away with it. Unfortunately for that person, I happen to show up. I've yet to meet a mystery I couldn't solve, and a perp I couldn't finger. Isabella snickers behind her hand. I try not to blush. She's really quite terrible. And that's why I've brought you all here before the scene of the crime, because it's now quite obvious who the killer is. Who? Easy Rakesh? I'm gonna accuse him. I take a last look around the room, drawing a quick breath as I begin. Business can get ugly. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. You can never know who you can trust. That's why you make sure you're the one with the edge. How you get that edge? Well, that's up to you. Mr. Body, for instance, chose to get his edge with dirt, blackmail. Isn't that right, Rakesh? After all, it's how he got you to work for him for so long. I don't know what... You didn't get here at 7. The butler would have heard the fight leading up to the murder. I have no doubt your alibi checks out until almost 7, but you checked out a little early, didn't you? You got here while the butler was away. Oh my god, his face. You were sick of being a toady, so you came in to search Mr. Body's safe, see if you could get out. But he caught you, didn't he? You gave chase and caught up with him here, smashing his skull in with the first thing you could find. And then, for good measure, smashing his watch when you were done. By the blood on the adjustment knob on his watch, I could tell you set the time back to 7 o'clock so your alibi would check out. But you could never get into the safe you needed because he had the key on him the whole time. I flash the tiny safe key. This key here probably unlocks a whole ton of dirt on you, doesn't it? No, do not open that safe. I am not a man of means. When a man like Body gets something on you, it's impossible to get out from under him. I had to do this, do you not see? I was right? It's the way it had to be. He had to be stopped before he could do this to someone else. Poor Rakesh. Tell it to the police. Congratulations, Anne, you solved it. Hey! And unfortunately, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you all for coming out for the Alpha Theta Rho fraternity's murder mystery evening. If you would like, please feel free to join us for a party proper at our house. Everyone claps loudly for the butler who takes a bow. People start heading out the door. The Latin House roomies gather in the lot. I can't believe how much fun that was. Did you see me in there? Definitely. Clearly you need to channel some of that all the time, Anne. Oh yeah, you were definitely working it. She wasn't the only one. Well, hey, if you've got it, flaunt it. Though I can't believe they made me the other woman for some skeezy old businessman. Well, if the shoe fits. Watch it, jackass. Everyone laughs as Isabella threatens to bite Max, chasing him around the lot. That was a lot of fun, to pretend to be someone else for an evening. I suppose that is what Halloween is all about, yes? I suppose that's very true, Rakesh. Nice work. Well, now that I'm done with pretending to be a sexy office worker, I think it's time to pretend to be a drunken vampire who wants to go and get some research material. Hear, hear. Are you really just going to pretend to be drunk? Everyone just stares at Rakesh for a moment before we all head off, laughing to the frat house. Well, that was quite an event. Okay, stats. I need 150 here and 100 there. So, I think I can keep this going. And I don't have another event until Sunday. So, let's go. You know what? I think this is going to be a good week for a change, I'm actually getting out the door without running into something crazy delaying me. The last few weeks have been ridiculous. Everyone else has already gone to class, so I lock the door behind me as I head out. Or at least, I thought the others had gone off to class. It looks like Sally's coming back. She looks really nervous about something. Her eyes are darting all over, and she's walking with a bit of a hunch. I hope she didn't hurt herself. I walk out the gate and give her a wave as I turn towards my class. Oh, Anne, hey, I forgot a book. Okay, yeah, she's really terrible at hiding things. Sally runs past me and heads to the door without looking me in the eye. I can tell she's struggling to keep her jacket closed and get into her pockets at the same time. I suppose I could go over and help, but that just means getting tied up into whatever crazy scheme she's got going on today. I just don't know if it's worth it. Nope, let's skip. No, I think I know trouble when I see it, and this time I'm not getting sucked into it. I have to admit though, I had a hard time focusing. I'm just too curious. With the way the students are around here, it could honestly be anything. I'm dying to know. When I finally get back, I can't help myself. I have to go and knock on Sally's door. Sally only barely cracks the door open, speaking to me through the gap. She looks really frazzled. What? Oh, hey, Anne. Sorry, I've got some really hard homework in here, so I'll talk to you later. Oh, well, I just felt bad for passing you by without helping this morning. It looked like you were struggling a little. Water under the bridge, Anne. It's fine. Are you sure I can't help you with your homework? That's when I feel something cold and wet press against my shin. What? That's on my nose! Is that a puppy? Shh! I barely got past Dominic this morning. Oh my god, he's so cute! I leaned down to put my finger through the crack in the door and scratch the puppy. Wait, Vegemite? Shh! Shh! Quiet! Sally is whisper yelling at me. Well, just let me know if you need anything. Best of luck! Okay, thanks. Really. Alright, Tuesday. Oh, one of my professors just emailed me. He wants to see me after class. Maybe he has an extra credit assignment. Oh, but I was supposed to meet one of my classmates to study in the library. Maybe I should go there first. But then I might miss Professor Task's meeting. Nope, we're gonna skip. Well, since I'm supposed to be studying for his class, hopefully he'll understand. I'll just send him an email to explain everything. Unfortunately, Professor, I have plans to meet with Carmen after class to finalize our plans for our project. Hopefully he understands. Ah, I should have known you would be right on the ball, Anne. Very well, we can meet another time. It was just an extra credit opportunity. Whew. Alright, Wednesday. We're still good. Tuesday. Whoops. Not Tuesday. Sorry, I meant Thursday. This makes no sense. Gah. I really don't know why I took this class. Trying to broaden my horizons. Please. Come on, Anne. You can get this. Everything all right in here? You sounded like you were frustrated in here, Anne. For a second, I thought it was Max's room. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was being that loud. This is just a complicated problem. I'll figure it out. Oh, did you need a hand? What are you calling me over for, douchebag? What? Nobody called you, jackass. Well then, what are you saying my name for? Hey, Anne. Oh, hey, Max. I was just talking to Dominic about my homework. Sounds boring. What are you working on? Oh, don't worry about it, you guys. I'll figure it out. The boys look like they doubt me. I guess they might be helpful. But I won't learn anything if I don't puzzle through this stuff. We're gonna skip. No, guys, I'll get this. I'm just a little frustrated. It's hard to get, but that's what makes education so worth it. What? Well said, Anne. Yeah, said like a true crazy person. Max? Come on, you slacker. Let some of the real students get something done. Dominic pushes Max away from my door, ushering him down the hall, much to Max's disapproval. As for me, I'm going to get this eventually. And now it's Friday. Why isn't my alarm on? I could have sworn I set it on time. Damn it! I fly through my room, picking out a quick outfit to wear today. I look at the clock. If no one's in the way, I may be able to grab a shower. If there's one downside to having 5 roommates and only one actual bathroom, it's early morning traffic. With everyone's class schedules, people always seem to be coming or going in the morning, which can mean a lot of trouble when you're used to having some privacy in the shower. Dominic laid down the law pretty early. He gathered all of us in the room too, but he mostly talked to Isabella and Max. It's a little harrowing, but people have been pretty good about it. I've actually managed to keep to myself so far. And that's why I'm so mad I overslept this morning. It just ruins everyone's schedule. If someone is in there, it could cause me to be late. It's almost not worth the hassle. I washed my hair last night, so I should be able to take a quick shower. I mean, I just feel so gross when I don't take one. I haven't been rushed like this since grade school. Nope, let's skip it. We don't need to do this. Well, my hair's taken care of, and I guess I can come back from lunch and take a quick shower. It's just too big a risk. I'll be late. I'll be late for me to take one now. And heck, if the smell in the school cafeteria is any indication, most of the students haven't heard of showers anyway. One thing I don't miss about college. Oh, I'm going to fret about this all day, I just know it. Alright, so Sunday is when we have our event, yes. Finals are coming up pretty soon, and if I don't get to the library, I'm never going to get my research done properly. As I double-check my reading list to make sure I know what I'm picking up, I can hear the others speaking in the hallway. Hey, I've got things to do tonight, Dominic. None of them are babysitting. He seemed in a very, very bad condition. His fever is incredibly high. I can't believe we're all going out. I just want to make sure someone is here to keep an eye on him. It's just a cold, Dominic. At worst, it's a little flu. I'm sure he'll be fine with some bed rest. Probably the best thing we can do is leave him alone to sleep. Exactly. I mean, I feel bad for him and all, but I've actually got to hit up the computer lab or I'm not going to be able to finish my project. I know. We all have things to do. If he gets really bad, though, he might need help, and I don't want him going ass up on my watch. It would be nice of us to keep an eye on him. I haven't seen Max for a bit. I didn't know he was that sick. Still, I really do need to go to the library. I guess I might be able to look up the information in those books online. It wouldn't be as good as the real thing, though. My report might suffer for it. Then again, I don't know if I really want to be responsible for Max all by myself. I'm not exactly good around sick people. The others might think I'm already at the library. I could always just sneak out and actually go there. So let's play the event. No, I can't just let him stay home all by himself. That just wouldn't be right. I might be able to do it. Oh, Anne, I thought you'd gone to the library. Wait. I feel bad for Max, but I'm no Florence Nightingale. Like Sally said, it's just a cold. Bed rest won't fix my grade if I don't get it just right. I'm sure the others will figure out someone to stay behind. While they argued, I make my way out the door with my list. Nope. There! Anne wants to do it. Can we go now? Do you not have a major paper to research at the library, Anne? Well, yeah, but I could probably find the information online. I mean, Wikipedia's not that bad, right? That's
That's not a great option for you, though, Anne.
Definitely. I don't want anyone to sacrifice their good grade for this. I just want to make sure someone is around to keep an eye out on him. I suppose my plans could be put off. I could stay and keep an eye on him instead.
What were you planning to do?
Simply observe the stars for painting.
Oh, well...
Let Rakesh take care of Max.
If you're sure, Rakesh.
Definitely. The stars will be there tomorrow. They have waited this long for me to paint them, and another night could not hurt them.
Being the subject of one of your paintings, on the other hand... Don't be so negative, Isabella.
Okay, Rakesh. You know where the first aid kit is. Call the hospital if he gets too bad. I want to make sure he is fine.
Thank you very much, Rakesh. I definitely owe you. I'll try to make it up to you sometime.
It is no problem. The rest of us dispersed to go about our individual business. The library is quiet at this point in the day, though I guess it's very quiet every part of the day. Still, I just mean there aren't many people around. I managed to find the books I need without interference. Several hours of pretty copious note-taking later, I'm really glad I came to find these books. Armed with enough notes to really make this paper shine, I head back home. Alright, so this is where I'm going to end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know that you want to see more. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!